So welcome ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to today's video. We are looking at some pros for this one on the old esports platform for Efootballs. And I really wanted to put this out because I want to see how exactly they play. I mean, you guys know how I feel about the whole manual versus assisted. I do feel like you can do things on manual you simply can't do on assisted because the game will dictate everything for you. When you're playing it yourself, you can put the ball in literally any place that you want. So I want to really see how these pros play. So we've got Etorito here with Barcelona, and I'm not sure who this guy is. We'll find out. Playing as Bayern München. Now, the first thing you're going to notice is the formations, right? This guy and all of them, they're all going to play extremely, extremely narrow. It's going to be a long pencil straight down the middle. So he's playing that 3-2-2-3 formation. And we will see Etorito's in just a split second. There it is. So Etorito is playing 4-3-3, although you can see there that Kunde is actually playing as a centre-back, so he's technically got 3 centre-backs, 1 right-back, which is interesting, then a DMF, a CMF, an AMF, and then he's got second striker, 2 centre-forwards. Either way, you look at that, you know there's not going to be a whole lot of width happening in this match. It's going to be very much congregational, that's a new one, in the middle of the park. So let's go ahead and fast forward this and dive into the action. It will tell you on the bottom. So there is Etorito on your left to right, and J Victor from right to left. Etorito is going to be in the white strip, by the way. Is he? No, he's not. Barcelona is actually... I'm getting it all mixed up. I think they've got him wrong. What's going on here? You've put the wrong stuff in, lads. Useless plums. But anyway, yes, Etorito is attacking right to left, and J Victor is attacking from left to right. So, here we go. As you can see, he's playing with the circle on. People say, how can you play with the circle on? I have to, right? Because I don't play, assisted. I play full manual. So, I have to have the arrow on to know exactly where I'm aiming, exactly where I'm passing. It just makes everything swimmingly easier for myself. For the esports players, I think it's more of a case of, well, they want to know themselves where exactly the ball's going. But Etorito is not playing with it on. And here he goes. So he's going to work it through. And they're going to play that one-touch tick attacker. Of course they are. There's going to be a lot of feints. There's going to be a lot of super cancelling going on as well. But just get an idea of exactly how they are playing. With regards to, like, teammate press. Do they teammate press a lot? Do they hold the shape a lot more? Here is Dembele. Lewandowski. Back to Pedri. And a good challenge there. And here we go. Now the spam is in full effect. So you can see so many fakes. But I personally, for myself, I wouldn't dive in on these players. I mean, let them play. They want to play that quick football, then fine. It's when they get into the final third. That's when you've got to try and shut up shop. But I would love to play these guys. I would love to play anyone on manual. Anyone. I don't care who you are. Best player in the world. I'd still want to play a match against you on manual just to see how good are you. Because it's different. When you have to actually aim yourself, you're doing multiple things at once. You're not just pressing X and that's it. You've got to look at the players around you. You've got to make sure your passes are very accurate. Just a different style of play. Anyway, here is a chance now as Koeman, as... yeah, I don't really know what he was doing there. So, as you can see, what happened there was his controller went tits up. I think he was meant to whip this in, and then you can see where he's aiming. See you later. That one's gone off the field. So, even the pros, it can happen to the pros as well, folks. Yes, it certainly can. There's a 71% possession for J Victor so far. As he now brings the ball forward. Musiala, we know he's a good, solid player. But the thing is, there's no width in this game. As I said, they're both playing very, very narrow formations. They're almost cancelling each other out. But that's kind of the meta, isn't it, for these games? Is that Konami's fault? I think so. I think they've kind of made the game that way. They seem to be speeding the game up and up and up all the time when... I don't like it, If you go back and play PES 21 and PES 20, PES 19, the game is a lot slower. It is a little less responsive, though, and I think that's in turn what's made this game seem faster. It is a responsive game when it works well. I mean, when you're fighting the controls, it's frustrating. to say the least. But when it does work, it is a very responsive game, which will in turn speed it up. But right now, 26 minutes in, they're both kind of cancelling each other out. Not a great pass there. But one thing you'll notice is not a whole lot of dribbling either, is it? It's very fast, as I say, very tick-attacker, balls over the top, similar kind of style. There's a Coman out, little fake. There's the old double touch, little flick back. Is he going to shoot? This is where you don't want to dive in. You've been a manual goalkeeping as well, and that's what they are going to use. You're going to see that a lot from the pro-type players. They're all going to use manual goalkeeping because, you guessed it, it could save you a goal or two if you time it just right. The AI itself are not going to know exactly where to go and where to move. And, yeah, only us humans can tell what us humans are going to do. So here we go again, looking for those 1-2s. Not going to shut him down without shutting him down. Here we go again. Another quick give and go. It's so congregated, though. It's so fast. And remember, they are playing on dynamic wide custom here, or dynamic wide, which will make the game feel a little bit quicker and zippier because of the camera angle. If you zoom it out, it's going to make it a lot slower. Whereas, yeah, you zoom it in, it's going to speed the game up a little bit more. Personally, this is my favorite camera angle. It works well. The camera doesn't change from game to game. And the only negative side on manual shooting is I can't finish to save me life. So that's something I've got to work on. But here we go. Still no width, though, is it? I mean, I don't understand why they're not playing with some width here. Everything is just straight down the middle. Get some players out wide. Once again, playing the... I don't know. It's like they're rushing a little bit too much here. Kessie. Here is Lewandowski. Opening up some space. Pedri! And there's the first goal, just like that. Bish bash bosh. Etorito puts it in the back of the net. And he was under the cosh as well. So just goes to show you that it doesn't matter if you're under the cosh. This bit of play here, that half a yard is all it needed. And then Lewandowski, bosh, bottom corner. A very comfortable finish as he locks it in. And let me know your thoughts as well. Like, the reason I'm putting this out is I do want you guys to look at the gameplay and what do you make of it? You know, what do you think Konami have to work on to ultimately turn this into, you know, the bee's knees of football? I do still think, yes, it is a little bit fast. I would like the game to slow down. I think it is too assisted defensive-wise. I've had, you know, a lot of testing in games where I'm literally not even controlling a player. I'm letting the AI do all the work for me, and they're just running around getting the ball for me. I'm not even having to do anything. Where's the skill factor? I mean, we could go back and talk about eFootball on the mobile, and that could be a big culprit, and I still think it is. I think because they decided that they were going to basically have the game on all platforms, no differentiation between any of them, this is where we are right now. So you've got to make it quick and lively for mobile players. So us console and PC players are left living with it. There's not much else you can say. There's the shot count. 2 shots apiece. So nothing mental. None of them making the changes. You can see there, full defensive mode for Bayern Munich, which is interesting considering he is a goal down. But we can't see that now because they've put the... yeah, that would be nice if we could actually see the attacking and defensive levels, but we can't see it. What on earth's happened out there? I wasn't even paying attention. So right here, he's trying to drop it. That's the player getting a foot in, isn't it? It's the contextual blocking that this game has a lot of as well. Another tip to say would be when you're defending in front of goal, just literally put a player in front of the goal. And half the time, if he's got the blocking trait or anything that gets those long legs in the way like that, bosh, they're going to win it and stop you. 1-2's on here, and he was looking for it. But still, no dribbling. No one wants to dribble in this game. I mean, like, well, where's all the dribbling gone from football? It's not played like an arcade ping pong fest. No, we don't all have to go FIFA ways of life. I don't know if Konami have looked at FIFA and they've said, I think we need to speed this up and we do need to go a FIFA route because it's got a bigger fan base. But there's a reason why people play eFootball and not FIFA. It's because it isn't FIFA. I've tried playing FIFA. Can't do it. Because the dribbling is horrendous and the way the players move on the ball looks terrible. Whereas on eFootball, you know, everything is a little bit less disjointed and I think it flows better with the dribbling and the way the mechanics work. But still, too much, I think, pace enhancements over the last couple of patches. So here we go. A little bit of changes being made. Is he actually going to play with some width now? Or he's still going to keep him as a CMF? But he's deciding to... No. No, he's putting in Coleman. No, he wants to go. Which way are you going, son? You do want to put... Yeah, I would play with some width. If you don't play with width, you're not going to create in this game. Because right now, we're playing very one-dimensional, all straight down the middle. So he's putting Gnabry as a left mid or a centre mid? He's putting him as a centre mid. I think he's confusing himself here. He doesn't know where to put any players. He's putting Musiala as an AMF. Now he's putting him back on the wing. He's going left, he's going right, he's going up, he's going down. No, now he's decided he wants to put Mane as an AMF, and he's made a change. I mean, why is he only playing with one? Okay, no, I don't know what's going on here. I don't understand why you would only play with one right midfielder, but no left midfielder. Am I missing something? He's still playing around. So he's having a look what he's doing. And I do think you need to maybe not be able to see what your opponent's going to be doing in the game, because, I mean, you don't exactly ask the manager in a real match and go, yo, Pep, what formation are you playing now? You don't do that. You figure it out yourself. You play the match, and if you can see that they're exploiting one flank, you go in there and you change it. So being able to see your opponent's information 24/7, I don't know, maybe a bit of a cheap way of doing it. But anyway, look at that. Lovely play. Oh, he should have shot that. He absolutely missed it. I don't know. He thought here, as you can see, Etorito has changed to Stegen. Just shoot the ball, mate. And he's tried to walk it in. And that is an example of very impressive goalkeeping. And that's where the likes of Etorito is going to excel, because he's been playing these games for that long. He knows those little things. So yeah, some very, very good bit of defending, but probably should have just shot it. Anyway, he's starting to work this forward a little bit more, and he's offside. But a little bit better from Bayern München. Starting to push forward a little bit more now. So we're just going to have this one match to show you guys. I'm not going to bore you with a whole bunch of games. I wanted to look at the pros. I wanted to see how they play. And judging from what I've seen, it's very narrow football. It's very high tempo. Tiki-taka style is obviously going to be the favourable way to play. There you go. A nice little bit of dribbling. See, it does work. You can see the amount of super cancels that are done as well. You have to do it. If you want to be any good at this game, super cancel is a necessity. They have it in FIFA as well, but it's so complex. You've got to press like every single button, and it's why I hate FIFA's super cancel. Efootballs is just easy. It's R2, it's R1. You press them together, job done. That was a nice bit of defending there to use the L2 matchup button to stick out the old leg. But now he's started to play with some width. He's starting to get a little bit better chances here, Mr. J. Victor. I don't know why they always want to play so narrow. I've tried playing really narrow. I don't like it because it is too much going on. There is simply too many players in the middle of the field. When you've got 8 centre midfielders just battling it out, it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. And I'm not like that. I like to dribble. So for me, getting the ball out wide, whipping it in. Although I will say, I feel like they have nerfed down the heading front of crosses. And players also, for some reason, have this really bad habit of trying to do a header when you don't need to. Do a bicycle kick. Do a scissor kick. There needs to be a dedicated flare button, like FIFA actually in eFootball, where if you want a player to pull off a special move, he can do it. Because I don't want to head the ball from 18 yards, but I would love to do a scissor kick from 18 yards. Of course. Always tried the little flick there. Should have took a little touch maybe. A little bit of inexperience, you'd say, from J. Victor from Bayern Munich. He's probably obviously the younger of the two, and he's not been in the game as long. But sometimes, yeah, like this, just a little bit of taking your time, don't panic, and just like nice little turn. You've got someone like Frankie de Jong who's got a decent dribbling stats, especially the likes of Pedri. I absolutely love Pedri now that I've leveled him up. When you've got players that have the double touch, very quick, nimble feet, one-touch pass, key attributes for any type of centre midfielder or attacking midfielder, to be honest. Or even a DMF, although DMFs are obviously going to need a little bit more defensive attributes. The blocking traits work out well. You know, someone that's aggressive, that understands where to physically sit as a DMF, whether you like playing as an anchorman or not. The choice is yours. So the lads are making a couple more changes. Still playing that 3 at the back, but you're going to have to if they're playing 3 up top. But it's all changed now. When this match started, they were playing the long pencil formation. Now they're playing with a little bit more width between the two. But there's only 8 minutes to spare. And so far, it's the one goal that separates the two. Nice little touch there from Deal, but Barcelona managed to get it away. Here is Davis. Right, now we can give it back to him. Should have played that out wide. And that really was the wrong ball. Right there. I mean, that's it's common knowledge, isn't it? Right here, look. 1, 2. Just give it back to him. Look at all the space he has running down this flank. He whips that ball there, right there. Bosh. And then you've got the back post coming in. So, yeah, sometimes, I don't know, pressure's on as well, isn't it, in these events? So I'm not going to say anything because I've never been in such pressure before. But yeah, sometimes you do things that you probably look back and go, maybe we should have done something else. As Etorito's winding down the clock here. Remember, super cancel as well when it comes to heading the ball. If you want to try and get ahead of the defenders or the forwards, bit of super cancel always helps. There you go again, super cancelling that. Because your opponent can see what you're doing, remember. They can see when you've powered up the pass bar. So if you power it up and you super cancel it, a lot of the times people think you're going to pass it. So they're going to run away or they're going to try and block it. Cancel that move real quickly. Bosh, you've got a couple of yards of space that you can now, move into. So the final few seconds, and it looks like Etorito is going to seal the deal here, and he's just going to keep possession now because he's got the ball. And he'll start that again. We'll just flick that one up the line. And that is going to be all she wrote. So it was a very even game. If I'm being honest with you, this probably should have been a 0-0 or even a 1-1 because J. Victor did have the better chances. But, Etorito just showing you the quality that he does bring to the table. So there we have it. Let me know your thoughts below. I just wanted to put that out because I really wanted to watch, at least a few pros play. And the consensus is they play very narrow. It's very tight football. It's very tick-a-tacker. But please, Konami, I ask for you to do some sort of a manual competition. Or I'll do one myself, but I'm just too lazy. But I would love to do a full manual competition against anyone in the business. I think I do all right. I do think my game's improved a lot. But you've got to find somebody who wants to play it. I've yet to play anyone online. I've probably played at least 100 odd matches online. Never played a single person on manual. So anyway, we'll be back shortly. Let me know your thoughts below. If you want to see more of this, let me know as well. But until next time, take care.